approaching this battle, what do you think is on Bad News' mind when he's coming to the battle?
I don't know. And you know what's funny about it? That it could be a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because he a Gemini. I'm a Gemini. So it could be a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, he definitely not gonna come at like he know who I am. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm speaking like battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows who I am. You know what I mean? So I know he's not gonna play with me. You know, he's not taking me light or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I would be sure probably one of the, you know, he really working to be the best he could be.
So y'all, I know they holding the actual matchup in Richmond, right?
Right.
So that would be closer with you most likely having a home field advantage.
Facts.
Does Bad News perform well when he's not in his home region? Well, he don't.
Well, he never really.
Yeah, he's never really in his own home region.
Early in time, yeah. But after that, it's, you know what I mean. Everything is on the road for him for the most part too. So it's not like he home. You know what I mean. The only thing close to home is him battling on bullpen. You know what I'm saying? Like so. It's definitely still an away game for him. But, you know, again, like, you know, with his status in bullpen and shit, it's not like niggas don't know who he is. I mean, he's been around for a while, so niggas know who he is too. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not going to say it won't be no biasness to him, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that I would think that niggas gonna give him his just due though, because of who he is and because of who it's against. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think he'd have a problem like that with the crowd and shit.
At this current day, what is Rolla's relationship with NORBES?
We don't have one. Like we don't, like what I consider a relationship. Like we don't have nothing close to it. You know what I mean? Like we speak when we see each other. You know what I'm saying? Like even like you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't we don't have one, but niggas be funny, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a good. Niggas be funny because it could be one way. You know what I mean? Especially with the social media shit, and then in person it's another way. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying just NORBES. Like a lot of these battle rapping niggas is like that. You know what I mean? Like league owners too. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them like that. You know what I mean? Like they don't too much acknowledge or got much to say on the. You know what I'm saying? But when they see you, it's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Like we don't really have no relationship for real. But I will say when I like the first PG that was in Atlanta, I think August or something like that. I got to the door and I was supposed to be on the list with Chris Petty. Shout out to Chris Petty, he's a good dude. I was supposed to be on a list with him. And I got to the door when I was telling the security guard, excuse me or whatever, NORBES bit the corner. So, you know, he was like, what's up? I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to be on the list with Chris Petty, you know what I'm saying? And he looked at me and I tipped my hat like it was me, nigga, like it's Rolla, you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh shit, what's up, my nigga? Like shit, what's up? You know what I mean? He was like, he already had his people, but You know what I'm saying? You good. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know what I mean? So he let me in, you know what I'm saying? Like, with no issue, no problem, nothing like that. So, you know, but.
So, is Norbes the one that's doing the booking, or?
Well, like, you know, and see, that's a crazy part. See the way the shit so crazy with the PGs now, which I think is another reason they just so much not a big deal like they used to be.
So they let the region, like the head of the region, pick it, like
he don't just pick them himself all the time.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's been that way, I think, for a couple of years, honestly. You know what I'm saying? He got like talent scouts. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. That's kind of how I got my first invite for PG. Even though he was there though, like he was there in the building himself. But it was kind of like, you know, niggas like, yo, check out Homie. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Bills and T-Top too, actually. Bills and T-Top kind of, you know what I mean, put the shoulder on and like, yo, fuck with the OG, you know what I'm saying? So he gave me my first one, just off the strength of that. But again, like I said, the footage ain't dropped, so I don't know. You know, he's alright. We just don't have a relationship.
So for you, for Rolla, is it hard to get in? Is it hard to call John's phone? Is he, you know, because some league owners, you know, they might be busy or something, or they don't return calls. I don't really know how it go as far as being a battle rapper. But is it hard to contact him as far as being able to actually talk with him on the phone?